In the budget, it was announced that there would be a new small business energy incentive. This isn't yet law, but what it said in the budget was we're going to have an incentive. It will allow a 120% deduction for purchases of particular kinds of assets. We now have draft legislation. It's open for consultation. It's definitely not the law yet, but it's meant to apply for this income year. So it will apply to assets that are being bought at the moment. So it's time to start thinking about it. This is what they've said will be included. Assets that use electricity when you could instead buy a similar version of a substantially equivalent asset that runs on fossil fuel, but you pick the electric one. Tick. Assets that use electricity and are more energy efficient than the asset that it's replacing. So you've got an old fridge, you're replacing it with a new commercial fridge that's much more energy efficient. That would come within this. Assets that are energy storage, demand management, or efficiency improving assets. Or improvements, costs spent on improvements to assets that meets one of those criteria. So it's not just buying a new asset, it can be upgrading your existing asset so that it is better at one of those things. So that's what will be included.
They're quite broad, aren't they?
They are quite broad.
Yeah.
And it's currently in draft, so it could change, but this is what they're thinking. What's in the no list? What's been excluded? Assets that can use fossil fuel. Well, that's not surprising given the objective of this. Assets that have the sole or predominant purpose of generating electricity. So solar panels are no, they are excluded.
Oh, okay.
Capital works, they're still dealt with under Division 43. That doesn't count for this. Motor vehicles, including hybrids and electrics. So electric vehicle does not come within this particular example. Expenditure allocated to software development pool. And financing costs. So interest on any borrowings or loan fees related to borrowings to buy said assets will not count. But any cost of buying the asset itself, yes. There will be a cap on how much you can claim. Mm-hmm. So it's 120% deduction, but 20,000?
Yep. So it's 120,000.
Yeah, 120,000.